Hi everyone, welcome back. So those who don't know me, I am Neha Bhalla, regulated Canadian immigration consultant from SANS Global Immigration, which is based in Mississauga, Ontario. So today we are going to talk about the right and the legal ways to convert your visitor visa into a work visa from within Canada. So before we start our video, please do subscribe my channel and like my video. So the first question is it really possible? Is it really legally possible to convert your visitor visa to a work visa from within Canada? So the answer is yes, it is possible. But how? So there are multiple things to consider when you are talking about this process, the complete process of converting visitor to a work permit. So there are multiple things to consider. First is that you should have a valid visitor visa to visit Canada. So if you don't know about how to apply a visitor visa or how to what things to keep in mind before applying a visitor visa, I have a complete video on that. I'll paste the link of that in the description. You can go and watch that video for visitor visa. And yes, talking about multiple things to consider before this complete process you go with. So first important step is that when you are in Canada on a visitor visa, finding a job is the first and main step. So for your job search part, I have listed these websites. So these websites will help you find a job in the province where you wish to work and where you wish to live. So for applying these jobs, a professional resume. So building a professional resume is very important for applying to these jobs. So ideally, according to the Canadian resume style, there should be no picture on your resume, no marital status is required, and the most important thing is your work experience. So your work experience should mention the your duties and responsibilities. It should mention when you started that work, when it ended. So this is basically the most important part, building a professional resume for applying to the jobs, the websites I've mentioned, so you can start your job search in this way. So yes, after your job search, so if an employer is interested in hiring you, giving you a job offer, he cannot just directly give a job offer and it's done. No. So if you are on a visitor visa, the employer has to go through a complete process. That is, he will have to apply for an LMIA for you. LMIA stands for Labor Market Impact Assessment. So it's a complete process through which the employer has to go through to give you a job offer. So that is why, this is the reason that not all employers are willing to support you, as applying for LMIA is a hassle and a very lengthy process. So not an expensive one for the employer. An employer has to pay only 1,000 Canadian dollar fees to the ESDC for applying an LMIA. But yes, it takes time. It takes around 2 to 3 months. But if someone really likes your skills that you possess and they are ready to take the pain of applying LMIA and go through that lengthy process, then yes, your visitor visa can be converted to a work permit. So, and remember, you are not the person who is going to apply for the LMIA. It is the employer who has to do this process, who has to apply for LMIA. And employers can do this themselves also, or generally they hire RCICs like us who will do this complete process of LMIA application on their behalf and get an LMIA approval. And after that, once the LMIA is approved, then the next step is that you can apply for your work permit on basis of that job offer and LMIA. So once your LMIA gets approved, employer will give you that LMIA letter and a job offer letter. So these two are the very important documents. So these kind of work permits which are done inside Canada on the basis of LMIA and job offer, they are done through flagpoling. So now what is this flagpoling? So going to the border for your work permit, for getting your work permit, basically is called flagpoling. So what you have to do is, you have to go for flagpoling, you have to go to the USA border. You have to go and tell them that yes, you are here for flagpoling purpose. So what they will do is, they will mark a sticker or stamp on your passport, and then you will have to leave Canada momentarily, go to the USA side of the border, and then return back to the Canadian side and tell them that you are here to apply for a work permit. And also, you don't need to worry about a USA visitor visa. for flagpoling purpose, you don't require a USA visitor visa. So flagpoling is generally not recommended, but if you have the right file, a genuine job offer, a genuine LMIA, and most importantly, you have to prove to the visa officer over there that when you first entered Canada on a visitor visa, you did not have the intention to work. So it was a coincidence that you got a job offer or something like that, but you have to prove that you did not have the intention to work when you initially entered on a visitor visa. So if these things you can prove, then it shouldn't be a problem and you can get your work permit over there. But do remember, the visa officers are very picky over there and they can reject your file for even a small mistake. So it is very important that your files, your documents are completely there and your file is very strong for that. So you have to show your LMIA, your job offer, these documents to the visa officer over there, and it's up to the visa officer to issue you a work permit. So there should be no mistakes, as I said earlier, and also there should be no mismatch between your initial application for TRV and this work permit application. Your details like your work experience and all your details should match. There should be no mismatch. Otherwise, this will be considered as a misrepresentation, and along with cancellation of your application, you could also be issued a removal order. So be very careful at the time of flagpoling. And if all things goes good, then what will happen is the visa officer will issue you the work permit at the very same time. They will print the work permit and they will issue you at the same time on the border only. So you don't have to wait for your hard copy work permit to come in. It will be issued at the same time at the border itself. And yes, about the validity of this work permit is valid up till your LMIA is valid. So LMIAs are generally valid for either 1 year or 2 years. So you will get your work permit for the time period till your LMIA is valid. So now the next question that arises is, what if your visitor visa is expiring when the LMIA is in process basically? So then in this case, you can apply for an extension of the visitor visa so that you can remain in Canada for this LMIA process to be completed. But always do remember that when you apply for an extension of the visitor visa, you do disclose about your intentions that your LMIA is in process. Don't hide this, because there has been a case in the Canadian history where a person from India was in the same situation, applied for LMIA, applied for visitor visa extension. He just showed that he is extending his visa to remain in Canada with his family, but did not disclose about that his LMIA is in process. So this led to his misrepresentation case later on and his removal from Canada. Another option is that you can go back to your home country if your visitor visa is expiring when the LMIA process is just going on, and you can go to your home country and you can apply for a work permit from your home country, that is outside Canada, because do not overstay your visitor visa. Either apply for an extension or go back to your home country and apply for a work permit from outside Canada, because overstaying your visitor visa will create problems eventually, and again you will have to face the repercussions for that. So guys, I hope you have got some clarity about the process of converting your visitor to work permit in a legal way. So if you liked my video, please do subscribe my channel, like my video, and also do share with your friends and relatives. And also, if you would like to know more about this process or retain our services for conversion of your visitor visa to work permit, you can also book a consultation with us on the below number, and we'll be happy to help you. Thank you for watching our video.